What's going on, guys? I just want to get on here and talk a little bit about the mistakes that some drivers make that could be costing them a lot of money and maybe some solutions on how you can fix it. The first mistake you could be making is speeding. There's a lot of drivers I see pulled over for speeding, and that could cost you a lot of money. I've never been pulled over, so I don't know exactly how much it could cost you, but I do know it could be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And not just the price of the ticket, but then your insurance rates go up. So then you have to pay those extra costs. And if you're a company driver, then that cost goes to your employer, who could then probably get upset with you and possibly fire you over speeding tickets. To prevent this, all you gotta do, slow down. There's too many of you guys out here speeding for no reason. Your life, or the life of somebody else, isn't worth going fast enough to make a deadline. If the deadline was unreachable in the first place without you speeding, then it's not your issue. Now, if you're messing around at the truck stops or taking too many rest breaks or doing things that you're not supposed to be doing to cause you to be delayed, that's on you. You shouldn't be speeding to try to make up that extra time. Be safe, slow down, avoid everybody a headache or possibly a death. The second issue that drivers are making is not doing pre-trips and post-trips. There's a lot of drivers out here pulled off on the side of the road with their hoods up, steam coming out of their engines, because they didn't properly check for coolant, or they didn't notice that a belt was loose or something crazy like that. Their engine blew up, and now they're out thousands and thousands of dollars, and possibly their job. It's not that hard. Do a walk around pre-trip, check your fluids, check your tires. You will save yourself so much money in the long run. The third problem I see with drivers is bad route planning. There's a lot of times where you'll miss your deadline for your pickup or your delivery because you decided to not look at traffic up ahead or the weather up ahead and see if there's going to be any possible delays. There have been times, I'm guilty of this, there have been times where I tried to get to a pickup or deadline and I didn't know a road was closed. But I would have known if I would have just looked at the map, at, like, say, Google Maps, because they give live traffic updates. It would have told me right there that, that route's closed. Also, you could check with your dispatchers or load planners and ask them if the route's clear or what type of weather's coming up. Don't just take a load blindly and not do any research as to if you're going to make your pickup and deliveries on time and safely. So when you're route planning, always make sure that you're checking for your weather, checking the road conditions, checking if there's any construction or road closures. Be very mindful whenever you're load planning. That way you don't run into this issue, because being late to a shipper or receiver will cost you a lot of money in late fees. You might lose the load. The fourth issue that I see with truck drivers is that they don't track their expenses. So at the end of the year, come tax time, you don't have your fuel receipts, you don't have all your receipts for purchases that you made for the truck throughout the year. Things of that nature is going to cost you a lot in tax time. You're going to pay a lot more than you should have if you would have kept all your receipts and stuff. So if you're an owner-operator, make sure you're keeping all your receipts, put them away somewhere safe where you're not going to lose them. That way you can save on your taxes come tax time. Mistake number 5 that I see that truck drivers make is overloading their truck. So you get to your shipper or receiver and you get loaded, you get pulled over by DOT on the highway, and you find out that you're overweight, you're over your 80,000 pound weight, or you're over your axle weight. Well, that's going to cost you a lot of money, because you're going to get an overweight ticket. You're going to have to either get the load reworked right there where they pulled you over, or you're going to have to go back to the shipper and get it reworked. And that's going to cost money and time. And it's just a big headache. Always make sure that the load that you're getting is within the weight limits, so that you don't have to deal with overweight tickets, reworking fines, and all that stuff. The CAT scales cost about $13 or so. Just scale your load. If the company doesn't pay for it, it's better to be safe than sorry to get it anyway. You don't have to do it for every load, just for loads that seem like it's going to be overweight, or you feel like it's going to be overweight, just to save you the headache. The sixth mistake that I see that drivers make, they go over their logs, their hours. When you do that, you're putting yourself and others in danger, because you could be tired, but you're just trying to push and push to try to get a load delivered. If you get pulled over and DOT sees that your logs are not correct, then you're going to have to pay a big fine for that. Just stay within your logbooks or within your hours that you're allowed, and this can be very easily avoided. And that's about all the reasons that I got right now as to why drivers make a lot of mistakes that cost them a lot of money. I mean, it's not that hard. Do your pre-trips, stay within your hours of service, don't overload your truck, don't speed, make sure you're load planning correctly, and things should go pretty well for you. I've never gotten in an accident. I've never gotten a ticket. I've never had to pay because of a mistake that I made. I'm not going to start now. I hope you don't start either. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.